Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. NBA rumors, Warriors' next move, Jazz Pelicans blockbuster, Lakers' last-second targets. It is prime NBA rumor season. The initial surge of free agency has dissolved and the trade market is stagnant, which means everything happening around the league is happening behind closed doors. August is all about what could happen, and what teams are trying to do. That said, let's dive into the latest buzz from around the association. And folks, things sure are buzzing. There is endless room for debate about the worst front offices in the NBA, but I'd wager that most fans are happy Rob Pelinka is not their GM. Moreover, the entire Los Angeles Lakers leadership structure appears corrupt, according to the latest exposé from Anthony Irwin of Lakers Daily. In an effort to keep closer tabs on information running through the front office, sources say every decision involved Pelinka, Linda and Kurt Rambis, Jeannie Buss and Tim Harris throughout the process, which led to far more conversation about each move and wound up gumming things up to the point of complete ineffectiveness. Los Angeles's front office is a classic example of having too many cooks in the kitchen. That front office has operated at a snail's pace all summer, missing out on appealing free agents and so far making zero meaningful improvements to the roster, aside from drafting Dalton Knecht and Bronny James. It's unclear whether either rookie is even prepared to contribute next season. Well, Bronny definitely is not. Inaction has too long been the name of the game for Los Angeles. The Lakers need to operate like a serious franchise, with a strategy more befitting of the Lakers' singular legacy. According to Irwin's report, there are several trade targets still on Los Angeles's radar. Time remains before the start of the season in October. The Lakers can upend the current narrative and, do something. Not exactly a shocking list. Jeremy Grant is a well-documented Lakers target, although the price could fall outside the budget of a front office paralyzed on every major decision, to quote the Lakers Daily report. Grant and Kyle Kuzma are both sure to cost at least 2 first-round picks. Cam Johnson and Wendell Carter Jr. could end up in that price range, too. Los Angeles's flexibility is limited under the new CBA, but D'Angelo Russell's expiring $18.7 million contract is a golden trade asset. It's time for the Lakers to use it and meaningfully elevate the supporting cast around 39-year-old LeBron James. The Utah Jazz put an end to the summer's most rampant trade rumors on Tuesday, inking Lauri Markkanen to a new max extension that runs through 2029. With Markkanen locked up, the Jazz appear set for a patient retool and rebuild, allowing Markkanen to serve as the foundation upon which the next Utah contender is constructed. That is, unless the Jazz decide to buck the whole rebuild idea and go for it right now. That is a bold and potentially fatal strategy, but it's one Danny Ainge might be considering. According to Christian Clark of the Times-Picayune, Utah is viewed in league circles as a potential landing spot for New Orleans Pelicans all-star and soon-to-be outcast Brandon Ingram. Once the Markkanen extension happens, trade discussions involving Ingram could pick back up. The Jazz are a team NBA insiders have circled as being a potential Ingram suitor. The bigs on Utah's roster include Walker Kessler, John Collins, Drew Eubanks and Kyle Filipowski. Kessler, who's still on his rookie contract, offers rim protection, a quality Pelicans executive David Griffin has been seeking to add for more than a year. Collins primarily plays power forward, but he can step in at center in small ball lineups. He offers athleticism and serviceable outside shooting. New Orleans has been trying to trade Ingram all summer with no luck. There's just not much of a market, as the 27-year-old will soon command a 4-year extension that could exceed $200 million in total value. Ingram is a polarizing figure, but he's a major talent all the same. If there's room to acquire him at a discount, it could end up as a great value play for the Jazz. Utah's system tends to elevate talent and accentuate strengths. Ingram and Markkanen is an excellent on-paper fit, even if Utah risks being a little too good to prioritize a talented 2025 NBA draft lottery. As for what Utah gives up in a trade, it sure seems that Walker Kessler and John Collins are prime targets for New Orleans. The Pels still don't really have a starting center to replace Jonas Valanciunas. Unless there is extreme internal confidence in rookie Yves Missi, New Orleans needs another big body in the paint. This would qualify as a shock, but if the Jazz are confident in Ingram's future, or at the very least, his ability to rebuild future trade value in a more suitable role, we could very well get one last blockbuster trade-in before the season starts. Lakers reportedly hire Tai Abbott as Director of Player Development. The Lakers have reportedly landed their Director of Player Development. While the team hasn't announced it, nor has any reporter tweeted it, but an Instagram post seemed to confirm it. According to CSE Talent, Tai Abbott has been hired by the Lakers for the position, @TippyBooker/Twitter. While he is not a commonly known name, he is someone who immediately got the seal of approval from Zach LaVine. On his IG story, LaVine congratulated Abbott on the new job. Abbott, as noted in the original IG post, has been on the Bulls staff. He was hired by Billy Donovan in 2020-21 as a player development coach. Prior to that, Abbott was a development coach for the Sixers in the 2018-19 season. That season also happened to be the final season J.J. Redick spent on the Sixers, which likely led to the relationship between the two initially forming. Abbott also spent a season as a coach in the G League in 2018-19 with the Delaware Blue Coats, an incredible team name. Prior to that, Abbott had a playing career that began at Arizona State before stops across Europe. Redick mentioned during his introductory press conference that the team would hire a director of player development. However, little insight has been given into what that role would entail. With how much emphasis the Lakers are going to be putting on player development this year and moving forward, though, this figures to be a very important position. Lakers named as top destination for two-way wing. The Los Angeles Lakers have had a very underwhelming offseason. That isn't what the fan base expected after they had another disappointing ending to last season. The Lakers made it known that they would try to add different playmakers via free agency or trade. Klay Thompson, DeMar DeRozan, James Harden, and Jonas Valanciunas were all targets for Los Angeles, but they failed to add any of them. The time is ticking around the duo of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, so the Lakers would be wise to add some more talent to the roster. Although they haven't made many outside additions, they still have a chance to add to the roster. In an article written by Tyler Conway of Bleacher Report, the Lakers were named as a top landing spot for forward DeAndre Hunter. Conway wrote, "Hunter isn't going to suddenly change their championship trajectory, but he's a near-perfect fit on the perimeter." Hunter's name has been involved in trade talks all offseason long, but the Hawks have yet to dish him. Since entering the league in 2019, Hunter has been an athletic two-way threat in the frontcourt. The Virginia product is a fantastic defender who can defend multiple positions. Meanwhile, offensively he excels in transition and can space the floor as a catch-and-shoot threat. Last season with the Atlanta Hawks, he averaged 15.6 points, 3.9 rebounds, and shot a career-high 38.5% from beyond the arc. Back in 2022, Hunter signed a 4-year, $95 million extension, with the deal starting in the 2023-24 season. He isn't the superstar that Los Angeles was seeking, but he's the kind of player that would help the Lakers on both ends of the floor. It wouldn't hurt to call Atlanta and gauge the price. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of DeAndre Hunter? Leave your opinion in the comments.